Dear Minister, do you catch the train, or do you just talk about it from behind a podium that has never been late? Dear Minister, they say this is progress. Like, if you repeat it enough, no one will notice. The trains are closed, the buses don't stop where they should, and that's if they run at all. The system keeps asking us to trust it. Right now, progress looks like 3 weeks of shutdowns, whole lines disappearing into essential works, and a Prime Minister that tells us to catch public transport to help with fuel reserves. Are we supposed to praise and applaud not being able to get home? Dear Minister, while you're digging tunnels under the river, are you noticing what's happening above it? Or is Cross River Rail and the Olympics just a future you can point at with pride? While the present quietly unravels. Dear Minister, this is what progress looks like from the ground. Rail buses that don't kneel low enough. Stops that aren't where they logically should be. Drivers that don't call them out. And people like me counting streets like a survival skill. Dear Minister, what would you do if your independence depended on memory, on luck, on relying on other people to get home? On hoping you don't miss your moment? Dear Minister, let's talk about the workers, the ones that keep the system alive, the ones you blame when it breaks. They said fair pay, fair conditions, not working for free. They asked to be backed, to have their agreements honoured, to not disappear into someone else's deal. And suddenly, they're the disruption. Dear Minister, 300 services cancelled just like that. Do you know what that feels like? It feels like being stranded without ever leaving. Platforms full of people with no answers, just screens refreshing like maybe this time they'll tell the truth. Dear Minister, let's talk about the quiet cuts, the ones that don't make the headlines. 87 stations, no staff after 1 p.m. No staff on weekends. Tell us, who helps the kid who gets lost? Who helps the woman being followed? Who helps the person that can't use the screens? Who lifts the ramp? Our independence shouldn't mean waiting. Dear Minister, dear Prime Minister, you said catch public transport, save fuel, do your part. We're trying. We've tried. But the people who have no choice to drive are still driving. Support workers, doctors, nurses, carers, people crossing the city to keep someone else alive. Fuel goes up, our costs go up, plans run out faster, support gets thinner. And somehow that becomes our problem to absorb. Dear Minister, this system asks too much. Be early, be able, be independent, be digital, be fine, be flexible, even when the train doesn't come. Dear Minister, we don't want a faster network. We want one that works. We need a person on a platform after 1 p.m. We need to know that when you say take public transport, there is actually something to take. And that the people holding it together aren't the ones you let fall apart. There is no plan for when the lift is out. When the station is empty. There is no plan for when the help point doesn't get answered. There is no plan for getting someone home when the last service is cancelled. There is no plan for when the worker is stretched, covering what the system dropped. There is no plan for the person who cannot just wait. There is no plan for the moment something goes wrong and no one is there to fix it. There is no plan for the people who don't have the version of independence the system asks. Cold regards. Cold regards. The ones rerouting their days around cancellations. The ones paying out of pocket to get there anyway. The ones left on the platforms after dark. The station with no staff. No one to ask. The person waiting for a ramp that never comes. The wheelchair left at the bottom of the step. The kid who got off one stop too late. The woman standing on an empty platform. The man who pretends he knows where he's going. The passengers refreshing the screen again and again and again. The crowd with no announcement. And the platform that won't answer. Cold regards, everyone in this room, the people you left behind.